Nebraska opens up its Big 12 schedule with number 3 ranked team in the AP, the Missouri Tigers. It was a given going into this game knowing that Missouri was going to put points on the board on nearly every possession. And for the most part, they did just that, starting things off by scoring on this 58-yard pass play from Heisman candidate Chase Daniel to who else but another Heisman candidate, Jeremy Maclin, on third down. The Huskers answered the call with a touchdown drive of their own, scoring 4 minutes later on a 20-yard pass from Joe Gans to Nate Swift. From then on, the Tigers displayed why they're the number 3 ranked team in the country as they held Nebraska to just a field goal until the last play of regulation when Gans connected on a desperation throw to Menelik Holt from 20 yards out. Mizzou moved the ball with ease and completed an 80-yard drive with a touchdown to round out the first quarter scoring, leaving Nebraska down 14-7. The Tigers then continued to dominate as they posted a field goal and a touchdown on a 75-yard drive. At that point, the game was still within reach for the Huskers, but trying to force a pass, Joe Gans threw an interception, caught by Brock Christopher, who returned at 17 yards for the pick six. At that point, Husker fans knew the game was slipping away. Nebraska goes into halftime trailing 31-10. Then, as if scrambling through halftime trying to get a game plan together to answer the Tigers, the Husker offense came out flat while the Missouri offense flourished by scoring 3 touchdowns in the final 7 minutes of the third quarter. The first on a 7-yard TD pass from Daniel to Derek Washington, then on a 43-yard TD run from Derek Washington, and the third came after a Husker fumble deep in their own territory. The Tigers scored in one play on a 26-yard pass from Daniel to Denario Alexander. Add on the last play desperation TD from the Huskers, and you have a 52-17 final score. Penalties were a contributing factor for the Huskers as they were called for 14, adding up to 101 yards, while the Tigers were flagged only once for 15. Numbers for the Huskers were capped by Joe Gans, who threw for 290 yards and 2 scores, and Marlon Lucky, who ran 14 times for a mere 48 yards. Todd Peterson led the Husker receivers with 7 catches for 81 yards. For the Tigers, touchdowns were spread around as Chase Daniel threw for 253 yards and 3 touchdowns to 3 different receivers, and Derek Washington averaged 9.9 yards a carry on 14 rushes, giving him 141 yards and 2 scores. Jeremy Maclin led all receivers with 89 yards on 5 grabs. Nebraska falls in their conference opener and fall to 3-2 and 0-1 in the Big 12, and Missouri climbs to 5-0 overall and 1-0 in the conference. Here are the short after-game thoughts from the Huskers.
Well, Missouri was better than us tonight, but I'll tell you what I just told the team. I apologize to the team. I don't point a finger, I point the thumb. It all starts with me. This football team, we got out-coached tonight. We weren't well enough prepared. We got beat, and we got beat soundly. And I'm the head of the ship, and I take full responsibility for it. And I got to do a better job. Our staff needs to do a better job. We got to give this football team a better opportunity to win. We're making too many mistakes, and that's coaching. And once again, it's my fault. And you want to point a finger at somebody, point it at me.
We just didn't have enough today to win. We just didn't do enough offensively. We left too many points out there on the field, and regardless of, if we can't run or if we can't throw, the other one's got to pick the other one up. And that pick for a touchdown was, kind of a turning point. And I just feel like I let all the guys down, and it's hard. So,
we weren't able to deal with it tonight, and get anything going real solid. And then every time we did have something, a drive going, we kind of shot ourselves in the foot with a penalty here, a penalty there, or, a loss, a run for a loss, or something happened where it just, ruined the drive, and we ended up punting.
For the Grand Island Independent, this is Denton Cushing reporting.